up against Yize, who won his first ranking title this season at the International Championship. Current world ranking at number 12, his highest ever, and he is not a player who messes about. He's been scoring really well this week. Alongside me, Joe Perry, who won this Welsh Open 4 years ago now. And Joe, we're looking forward to this one, aren't we?
Evening, Andy. Evening, everybody. Yeah, very much so. Two stars from China. One sort of like is already, he's sort of established now, isn't he? He's a top 16 player, tournament winner. The other, he's making good progress. He's making his way up the rankings, and again, another Chinese prospect that's going to be around for a while. He did a nice cruise to this stage of the tournament.
One.
Beat some good players on the way. He'll be quietly confident. Biggest match of his career so far, you'd have to say, if he can get through this one.
There's confirmation of his results. He was 3-1 down against Mark Selby. Hasn't actually hit a century in the tournament yet. Jiang Jun, his highest break, 84. But he beat Selby 4-3, came through against Yuan Sijun 4-0, and then beat Robbie Williams in the last 16, 4-1. This is his debut at the Welsh Open. And he's equalled his best ranking event performance so far. For the attacking double, which would have left him plumb on the black, but has he left that red to the left of the pack? Not too far away. There'll be a huge TV audience for this match, won't there? Back in China. Chinese player over on table one as well, Zhou Yulong up against John Higgins.
Yeah, I think that previous shot is an early insight to what Jiang Jun's all about. Well, Jiang Jun missed the double into the right middle. Yize pots his into the left middle. So, yeah, the previous shot from Jiang Jun, you know, he's all out attack. He really is. He doesn't hold back. And I think he's going to have to get lots of the ones he attempts, because he doesn't know any other way of playing. So they need to go in, because he's playing a man here in sublime form, not just this week, but all season. If you give him too many chances, well, you're not going to win too many frames.
Yes, Yize's scoring just this week alone has been amazing. He beat David Grace 4-0 in the previous round, and he had breaks of over 70 in every frame, including one century there. He had 2 centuries and a 79 in his first round win as well. And he hit the first maximum of his professional career earlier this month in the Championship League.
Well, that looks okay. Just push the pink into a potable position, and another loose reds come out to the left-hand side. So there's a red up in the balk area, but I would imagine Yize would want to sort of stay down this end. Really may look at getting an angle again here off another colour.
23.
Pink or black. Going into the main bunch of reds again.
24.
Well, that's a lovely angle he's left himself. You could just screw up into the red, not the one directly above the black, the one just to the right of that. Hit that with some pace. Yeah, perfectly played. Let's see it again here. It just hits the red I mentioned, screws off the main bunch, opens them all
31.
lovely. And if this red goes in, wow. I commentated on his match the other night, and it was almost like inevitable. Once he got past like 20 or 30 points, he was going to go on and win the frame. So if this one goes in, which it duly does,
32.
likely it is, he'll win the frame at this visit. He's a bit of a scoring machine at the moment.
There is certainly a flamboyance about Yize, isn't there, in the way he plays.
35.
Made his debut at the Masters in January and defeated the defending champion Sean Murphy there, 6-2. Got all the way to the semi-final and lost a decider against Kyron Wilson. So he really is making waves, Yize.
36.
And he's been on people's radar for quite some time now as well, Yize. He's only 22 still, but he was only 14 when he won the Under-21 World Championship. So he's actually been around the game, and people have been like, have you seen Yize? Have you heard about Yize? And talking really highly of him when they've seen him. And I think to British audiences, it's only in the last couple of years where we've really been sitting up and taking note.
Yeah, I actually played him when he was 14. As the game's grown in China for many years, they used to offer 8 young Chinese prospects wild cards for the ranking events, and Yize got one on the back of winning the World Junior Championship, and I played him, and well, he was impressive then. I only just got the win, but you think he was only 14 years old. I think I won 6-4, and he had 5 or 6 breaks
49.
over 50 that day, and yeah, known about him for a long time, but he's a great player, but he's
50.
yeah, he doesn't speak much English, but he's always got a smile on his face. He always says hello. It's almost like he doesn't know how good he is. He's just having fun around the venue, potting balls.
But he's not too far away now from sealing this first frame.
56. $57.
So the black and one more red should be enough. And after this red, he can maybe start thinking about, well, first of all, a century, another one.
64.
A potential break of 131.
65.
Well, that's the frame safe. And we did say, once he opened the reds, there is like a real
72.
sense of inevitability about it at the moment. When you watch Yize play, his cue ball
73.
control is immaculate. If he does drift slightly out of position, his potting is, oh, it's nothing short of brilliant. So yeah, he's just an absolute joy to watch. And he's a tough match for anyone. I'm sure Jiang Jun knew exactly what he was facing tonight, but
80.
if he wasn't sure, he is now.
Oh, that's a shame. But a really stylish
Yize.
break of 80.
80.
Gives Yize.
And Jiang Jun, yeah, he's just got to play well tonight. There's no point trying to have a game plan, trying to do something he's not used to doing. You saw in that first frame, very risky double he attempted. Didn't get another shot. But like I say, there's no point doing something you don't normally do. There's no point keep playing safe and refusing pots, because he won't win that way. He's got to do what he's been doing all week, which is take them on, be aggressive. And when they go in, make the most of them.
So Jiang Jun reached the quarter-final at the Scottish Open in December. He had wins over Barry Hawkins and David Gilbert, eventually beaten by Matthew Selt. It's interesting, Joe, when you look at that international championship that Yize won, particularly when you consider a couple of the players who are still in this tournament now. It was John Higgins he beat 10-6 in the final. He whitewashed Barry Hawkins 6-0 in the quarters. And although he's not here, he came from 4-0 down to beat Judd Trump 6-4. So it wasn't just a tournament win, it was a tournament win with some incredible performances against big opponents.
Yeah, he also beat none other than Zhao Xintong, didn't he? In the semi-final. So, yeah, he's not afraid, is he, to perform against the big players. Yeah, he's really, really, like we say, we've known about him for a long time, but this season he's sort of come of age, hasn't he? He's consistent. He's got his first win. Yeah, he's not going nowhere for a long time. Yize up. Get used to seeing him. What's good from our point of view is as well, we're going to be seeing a lot of him, but he's so great to watch.
Would you say he's the next best of the Chinese players after Zhao Xintong?
I think you have to now. I think he has to be regarded as number 2. I think the rankings, I think he's the second highest Chinese player in the rankings, if I'm not mistaken. You know, Wei was making good progress, wasn't he, a couple of years ago, but he sort of just dipped a fraction. You know, Zhao Gudong is extremely consistent performer, but he's quite a bit older. To remember, Yize is only 22 years of age. So yeah, he's probably the closest thing to Zhao Xintong from China. Interesting to see Jiang Jun there. He's a little bit of chalk on the table. A lot of the Chinese players do that. Ding Junhui, the greatest Chinese player of all, also puts his chalk on the table.
One.
Yeah. He makes it look so easy. So smooth. Well, he didn't want the kiss off the yellow. It was a good pot on the blue. Still has that red to centre left. He's maybe a bit fortunate to be on that.
6. Seven.
Yeah, he's just having a look
12.
at the pack now. Yeah, it's well spotted. He's what he's looking at, he's looking to see that when he goes into the reds, there's no sort of balls sort of set to make a plant into either of the corners. Because there's a couple of reds there. There's 3 reds that look like they're
13.
close to this left corner. There's a couple that look like they might be going close to the right corner. So he's had a look at this. So this might just determine how hard he plays this blue going into the pack. If he's convinced they're not a plant, he'll hit it hard. Well, I think he had a little bit indecision there. He didn't really go into them
18.
full-blooded. And it's gone wrong.
He's human after all.
Yize at 18.
Now that red has just popped out, hasn't it? So that was careless. We've seen that Jiang Jun is not afraid to take on bold shots himself. Can he punish wuzWu here? No. Here's the answer. Had to go for it, didn't he? But
Yeah, it was a half chance, wasn't it? Probably a bit more than half chance, actually. You're expecting to get that. Oh, Yize just looking. The 2 reds look like they're close to being a plant into this corner, but he's got to hit 1 red onto them. It just makes it a little bit more difficult. Just got to work this out. He thinks he can make it. Wow, he overdid it. The reds were pointing into the right-hand jaw, and he just turned it over a fraction too much. That was the difficulty with hitting 1 red onto the 2. So, Jiang Jun, what's he left? Well, he's definitely got a red in the middle of the table. He's covered the one over the pocket. So there's pressure on this. And play it into the middle or the green pocket. You can see there's also a red in the middle of the pack into the right middle, but he fancies this one. This is a big shot. Pressure on this. Oh, what a shot.
1.
and as well, it was over 15 minutes since his previous pot in the first frame, so coming to the table relatively cold. He'd missed that previous red into the centre on the visit before, but no mistake with that one from Jiang Jun. Should say there's a big gap in the world rankings between these two. wuzWu is at number 12, Jiang Jun number 81 at the moment, but that number will surely come down over the next couple of years.
Seven.
Yeah, what's very noticeable when you watch Jiang Jun is how hard he hits the ball.
14.
Hits the ball very hard compared to lots of other top players. Hard to really give an explanation as to why that is, because
15.
you're always taught to sort of hit the ball softer, gives you more control. But he just seems to really give him a whack, especially the long ones. When he's trying to hit a long ball, just hold the cue ball. He hits it much harder than many other professionals on tour. Yeah, if he wasn't watching, just listening, you'd definitely know what Jiang Jun was up to.
22.
You should be able to tell which player's at the table, shouldn't you, with your eyes closed tonight? There's a video out there on the internet of him making a 147 when I think he was just 11 years old. So I guess however you learn to play and pick up the game as a child is what you continue with and carry through to your teenage years and now into your 20s. So he's probably always hit the ball hard. Trying to break up the reds a little bit more. Just about gets away with it.
30. $31.
Mentioned his highest break of the tournament, 84. But at this stage he just wants to make sure of the frame first of all. And there's a bit of hesitancy on this black.
$38.
He's much more deliberate, isn't he, in his pace. That's backed up by that average shot time.
$39.
Every so often, Joe, I glance up and I see Jiang Jun's chalk, and it reminds me of when you used to put 50p down on the pool table. That shows my age, that a game of pool was 50p. I'm not sure it's 50p anymore. Another rifled in pot.
Yeah, looking at his chalk, it looks like he could treat himself to a new bit after this tournament as
44.
well when he gets his prize money. There's not much left there. So yeah, he's not as fluent, is he, by any means, compared to Yize. He's up and down and a little bit indecisive. There's not a great deal of fluency to his play, but well, as long as they keep going in, that's the main thing. Oh, wasn't sure about that one, was he?
45.
Stayed down on the shot, it wriggled in.
Good recovery on the black.
$52.
Yeah, the two reds above the black, he's, for some reason, he's sort of been really reluctant to play on them. The whole break, he's sort of avoided playing onto them two reds. You know, I'm sure there's lots and lots of great break builders out there would have played on them pretty quickly, and it just opens up your pathway.
53.
So when you land on the black, it's easier to manoeuvre the cue ball in and around that area. But he's left them there, and well, everyone goes about things their own way. So he's a bit unorthodox in many ways, but like I just said, the object of the game is to get the balls in the pocket. There's no right way and wrong way.
59. $60.
So this one red will leave Yize needing a snooker.
67.
He's fought hard for this break, it has to be said, 67 and counting. Real contrast in styles between the two players.
$68.
So yeah, that's the frame secure. 50 points ahead now, with 43 remaining. He'd like to, well, he will pot the pink, won't he? But I don't think Yize will get out of his chair if he knocks this pink in. Well, he hasn't knocked the pink in. So Yize, well, he may get out of his chair.
Jiang Jun, 68.
50 behind, 2 snookers required. Yeah, probably won't be costly, but something he'll need to just consider going forward with his career. You know, make sure you really secure the frame first. If he wins this game now, it's got a little bit of more work to do. He may have a bit of pressure applied to him, a bit of unneeded
One.
sort of anxiety getting this frame won. Could have just potted the pink, moved on to the next one, kept the momentum.
Let's just take another look at that pink, because he didn't need to force that at all. He didn't need to do anything really with the cue ball, to be honest. He could have potted the pink, as Joe was saying. So this would be a smash and grab if Yize can come back and take this second frame. Lots for him to do, of course. But a bit of inexperience from Jiang Jun. Having to just swerve around the brown slightly. Well, that would have been nice to settle in against the black. Not quite. He's 42 behind. 35 left on.
So a chance here to put the frame away good and proper. Now this is the problem. He probably will win this frame, but if you're going into the next frame on the back of lots of sort of softer, negative, maybe getting out of snookers, safety shots, whereas if he just won the frame when he was at the table, he had all the momentum, confidence, and get on with the next one. He's not the only one that does it, of course. We talk about it a lot in commentary. Players sort of like just lose that little edge they've got and waste 10, 15 minutes at the end of frames having to defend from snookers.
I'm sure wuzWu would love it if that yellow was just slightly further away from the cushion at the bulk end. There's not much room in behind the pink either. The adrenaline will have gone by now, won't it? Inside Jiang Jun.
Yeah, he's had a couple of decent chances. Yize to lay a good snooker. Just keeps finding gaps at the moment.
He's not really been able to lay a telling snooker yet. Where he is at. Again, you can see what he was trying to do, but some way off it. Red in behind the black and the white in behind the brown. But not to be. Can't be very nice, Joe, being in this position. You must have been in this position yourself, where it all just feels like wasted effort from Jiang Jun's point of view.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, I'll repeat myself. He'd probably win this frame, but it's just 10 minutes of play he just didn't need. All his shots here are sort of defensive safety shots. He found a nice little rhythm, didn't he? He potted lots of balls, a frame-winning break, set them up. Let's go again, but. It happens. All players do it. I'm not saying I've done it myself. It's just so frustrating when you've sort of won the frame, but you don't actually properly kill it off, and you have to just go through this. And there'll be a few occasions where you do end up losing a frame like this, and it's very, very damaging. And it's hard. Sometimes losing a frame like this can just cost you the whole match. So, maybe he is learning. He's only young. Maybe next time he'll just pot that pink. Yize would have declared that's enough, and we'd be in frame 3 by now.
across at the pink. That's a good target for the cue ball, somewhere in behind that pink. Decided to play it a different way and go back up to bolt, but again it's nowhere near being a snooker. He's put the red near the black though, but Jiang Jun might put this red away, and that will be the end of the frame. Just like that. So it was an unnecessary 10 minutes or so, but thankfully from Jiang Jun's point of view, it was only 10 minutes. And that didn't snowball into something more damaging, as Joe was saying.
3. Thank you.
Yep. So
Okay.
no damage done in the end.
5.
How about that for a shot? Well, nothing wrong with that. Like I say, he hits the ball hard, but he's
8.
an accurate cueist. Even though he hits them really hard, he still manages to push that cue through in a straight line. He's a
12.
boy with plenty of talent, that is for sure. There you go, another crunching pot. Good job this table's not being used tomorrow. It might not be no good.
$23.
So, Jiang Jun.
30. On the front.
Well, we've seen already, haven't we, two different styles of play, but both can be equally effective in their own way. Yize will take this one on straight away. Long way away from that one. We'll have an interval after 4 frames this evening. This is the last night where we're in this 2-table situation. We'll go to just the 1 table for the semi-finals tomorrow.
Well, I was going to say, he hasn't even looked at the red just at the left of the pack. It looks like it goes into the middle. It would be nicely on the black, but he's eyeing up this long one. Well, that's why he eyed up the long one. Obviously very confident in his long game. Well, has he got an angle? The red just detached from the pack. It's available into the left middle, but he won't be playing on that. It may be available into this right corner. If it is, it's worth playing on that red. If not, it'll be, well, he's having a look, so it must go. Yeah, if he can put the cue ball there, he can bring reds into play when he pots that red. He's coming down for it. Is he going to travel far enough? Well, he's on the red, but I don't think he can bring any reds into play here.
4.
So nice angle on the black. Open the main bunch of reds up. That's pretty much the perfect angle.
Split them up well, but the white got stuck below the pack, so he'll have to take one on into the centre. He is somebody who likes to get up off a shot, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but he certainly puts a lot of thought into each of his shots.
13.
It's another brilliant pot, isn't it? We've been treated to an exhibition of pots from both players, but Jiang Jun right now in the ascendancy.
To be honest, the getting up and down off the shots, it probably won't affect him at all. It's more frustrating for your opponent. For Jiang Jun's point of view, it's not a bad thing. You know, if he's not absolutely settled on the shot, the best thing to do is get up and start again. But like I say, not much bothers Will Yize. He's a pretty chilled out character, but it does get annoying after a while, and your opponent just keeps up and down, up and down. But what is for sure, though, he can definitely play. Great long red to start. There was only one other red available, but he's got a few out in the open here, continuing from where he left off in the previous frame.
They've actually only played each other once in their professional careers. That was in qualifying for last year's World Championships, and Wu Yize won that day 10-4.
Thank you. 27.
Referee Glenn Sullivan Bissett.
$28. $33.
Oh, one more loose red after he knocks this one in. Again, it's not straightforward to get nice on the remaining loose red. So he may leave himself an angle here on the black and play into the main bunch of reds again. But yeah, the red on the right-hand side, it's only really available into the right middle, and you wouldn't really play it like that unless that was your only option. Well, this time it's not the perfect angle. He's a little bit straight. I'm sure that wasn't the intention. Well, yeah, you can see that little show of disappointment there. He's not played that shot very well. He was looking for an angle there off the black, so he may have no choice now but to play for this loose red. And if he's going to play for it into the right corner, he's got to judge the speed well off the black, round off two cushions. Guaranteed to be on it into the right middle, but the pot's more difficult. Well, he's settled for a long red up into the yellow pocket.
41.
Obviously very confident in his long game.
Well, a crucial moment then in this third frame. Oh, it's another cracking shot. He's
42.
not actually hit that one as hard as we've seen in this match. And for all we praised Wu Yize quite rightly in the first frame for his silky smooth break of 80, it's Jiang Jun on top at the moment, but he was disappointed with the position. because it's a challenge to see where the next red is coming from.
Yeah, decided it was nigh on impossible to get on a red from there, so
49.
just settled for the 7 points and get a good cue ball. But he's done well, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Last
he's
frame and a half after
49.
a very strong start for his opponent. And sort of not really give Yize a shot since the first frame. And oh yeah, he's got himself right in this match.
Well, he's played that. There's no hand of apology
1.
to suggest that was a fluke. No, he can't have played that.
Well, Andy, I think you're right. You know, he come down and had a look. I don't think he didn't like full-blooded go for the plant, but he knew that the 2 reds off the red was going to go very close to this corner. Yeah, so it's not as much as it's not a fluke. It's he knew it was going close. So I suppose he'll consider himself a little bit unfortunate. He didn't land on a colour there. Yeah, you can see the red was always going to naturally go towards the corner pocket. Either way, it's in, and he's got him tucked up behind the brown. Not straightforward here. Not sure how much of this right-hand side cushion Jiang Jun can hit, if any, south of the middle pocket. So you have to go a more scenic route.
You can see he's made contact, but he's left that red on into the right centre. No. Jiang Jun just taking his time to get out of his seat, but his eyes will have lit up at coming back to the table so quickly.
Yeah, not always easy to judge the potting angle when the cube ball and object ball are so close together. Yize just misjudged that one. Overcut it. But not absolutely straightforward here. I think the cue ball's coming away from the blue when potting this red. Yeah. So
1.
not entirely sure if that's absolutely as played that shot, but he's on this blue. If he can just avoid the baulk colours, the red that's closest to the black spot should be available for him.
Blue ball, thank you.
That right is okay. The thing about the getting up off the shot for me, Joe, is that it suggests to me that he's still
6.
doing his thinking as he's going down on the shot, rather than maybe just, you know, standing tall for a few more moments and really making his decision before he gets down on it. And I guess that's where it can get a bit frustrating, as you were saying, for his opponent.
Seven.
Yeah, my good friend and long-serving professional, Michael Holt, is another player that does that. It can be quite frustrating to watch, but like I say, as long as when you eventually get down to play the shot, you're in total control and total belief of what you're about to play. So good positional shot here. Red at the bottom of the 5. Can he get on it? If he can, he'll just need... Oh, he's on it perfectly. So red.
10.
One more colour to secure the frame. This red will put in 59 ahead with 59 remaining. There you go again. He's down, he's up. I'm gonna have a little walk round, have a think. In it goes.
11.
Perfectly on the blue. And that should be frame 3 in the bag.
So when Yize came out all guns blazing in that first frame, looked like he might be a very difficult mountain to overcome for Jiang Jun, but Jiang playing very well in his own style. Now, this time will Jiang Jun have learned his lesson and just make sure of sealing the frame. Don't try and do anything special. Doesn't really need to, of course, in this table layout. So that will
17.
definitely be it now.
$22.
He'll believe in his own ability, of course, and there's a long way to go. Best of 9.
$23.
Well, that will be the end of the break, unless he can pull something extraordinary out of the hat.
Foul.
Doesn't matter. A break of 49 earlier on in the frame means that Jiang Jun
2-2 or 3-1 deficit. Obviously, match is not over at 3-1, but most players who lead 3-1 normally go on and convert the win. I think he just like a decent chance in this frame. He's won the first frame nicely, and I remember he took on a tricky free ball plant he didn't really need to go for in frame 2, and he's been shut out ever since. Yeah, just about had enough pace on that cue ball, didn't he? Well, to stop him potting the one underneath the black, but he's not covered the one above the pink into this right middle pocket. Yeah, lovely shot. Better shot than it looked that, especially considering he's sort of not had much table time the last 2 frames. So can Yize quickly get back into his stride?
The great Ronnie O'Sullivan has said he thinks that Yize is a future world champion, future world #1.
3.
He's been likened here and there to Paul Hunter, the late great Paul Hunter, I guess mainly because of the flamboyancy of his play, but Ronnie O'Sullivan said he felt actually Wu was more like a modern day Steve Davis.
He was looking for any kind of cannon really, but the one he was looking for was the one just sort of just below that one there. He brushed it, didn't he? Did you see that? He just brushed the red. He was looking for a fuller contact on that red. It would have left him choice of reds and nicely in amongst the balls. So yeah, that will annoy him. There's a decent chance for 2 reds below the pink. Is he looking at them? Possible plant? Oh no. Tried a possible plant in frame 2 and he's sort of sat out ever since. So I think this is the wise choice.
Yize at 11.
You could see he was itching to keep the break going somehow, but there just wasn't anything out there for him to go for. One thing I would say about Jiang Jun is that this is only his 2nd ranking event quarter-final. He's playing to try and get into a semi-final for the first ever time. There's been absolutely no sign of nerves, has there? Okay, he didn't really get a shot in the first frame. That was more to do with his opponent than Jiang Jun himself. He feels like he belongs out there. And he's found an absolute cracker of a red.
One.
Really good, not just to execute that, but to see it as well.
Yeah, and he played it with enough pace, didn't he, to get in and out of balk. So, like I say, his long game, he's very confident over them long balls. And he's in again here. Needs to be precise with this one. Red above the pink's available into the left corner. One above the black's available. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Could come down the left-hand side of the table. He'll have the one into the right corner or the one into the right middle. Not more room for error going that way. Yeah, that's what he's played. So how's the cue ball? It looks like it's just about got there, has it?
3.
Yeah, only just, but that's all you need.
It's been an intriguing hour of snooker, hasn't it? 10-minute first frame over in a flash, with Yize making a break of 80. And then since then, we've been seeing a lot more of this young man.
Well, he has got a very easy positional shot here, but I wonder if he's thinking about just cannoning the red, just 3 to the right of the pink. If he hits it, he's perfect. If he misses it, he'd be on the one just left of the pink. Well, that'll do. Really any kind of contact on one of the reds there. He was going to bring a couple into play.
11.
So a clever little shot. He's thinking clearly, even though he's sort of up and down from time to time with his shot making. When he finally gets down to play the shot, he's playing a clever game.
12.
Pot success rate in the 90s.
$19.
Nice angle here just to nudge a couple of other reds out.
$20.
So can Jiang Jun get himself into a strong position in this frame and go into the interval 3-1 ahead? Again, we see this, we've noticed this so much tonight. It's, you don't want to be overly critical, but you know, it's like when you see golfers addressing the ball, stepping back off it, having a really quite laboured pre-shot routine.
$27.
You can't argue with the way he plays. It's his style and it's very effective.
He's
35.
doing well, isn't he? He's keeping Yize away from the table. I don't think he read the script this evening before he come out to play. We'll talk about Yize. I think he was favourite in the betting before play started today to win the whole thing. Jiang Jun, he's got other ideas. And what's going to make it worse is he's quite frustrating to play, isn't he? He is up and down. He is a bit pedestrian. So the trouble for Yize is when he gets in, he really, really wants to stay at the table and get his arm going. You can sort of start to force the issue. Jiang Jun is, you know, we just saw a little clip there, 34 seconds a shot for the break, which is it's very, very slow. Normally, players pick up their average shot time when they're in the balls making breaks. It's normally when you're playing safe, your average time creeps up, but he's potting balls and, you know, his average shot time's over 30 seconds. That means some shots he's probably taking close to a minute to make his mind up. Again, in the end, he plays the correct shot and he plays it well.
43.
There's literally no reason now whatsoever why he won't go on win the frame at this visit.
I don't think my right knee could take that position on the side of the table. The joys of being 20 years old. It was opening day on Monday here when he beat Mark Selby. And nobody saw that coming, especially when Selby was 3-1 up. And since then he's gone along at the very top of the draw. which on table 1 has just gone to a break between frames, so a bit of noise. Jiang Jun just
51.
commenting on, I think, not just the noise, but the amount of movement that's going on behind the side screen, as it were, that splits the two tables.
Sure.
Yeah, he is doing the right thing here. In fairness, we've questioned how long he takes over shots, but this is absolutely
Quickly
the
and
sensible
quietly,
thing to do,
please.
because there's a lot of movement around table 1.
Yeah, just looking at his Welsh Open so far, you know, he's, like you say, he beat Mark Selby here in round 1. But they play a couple of matches before they get to the final stages, don't they? He had a good win over Florian Nussel, and he also beat Oliver Lyons. So he played 2 matches before he got here. Good win over Selby, and he's pushed on from then. He's only lost a frame in his 2 matches following that win over Selby. So it's obviously given him great confidence and great belief. And he won't be rushed, will he?
No, he's actually looking quite annoyed at the moment. There was a hand on the hip there for a moment.
He's showing quite maturity, really, for someone so young and inexperienced. Yize just having a little smile. He probably can't believe Yize could have won 3 frames in the time it's taken him to make this 50 break.
He makes sure of the pot. There is a certain irony, I agree, with Jiang Jun wanting to get on with things. But it's a big night for him, and he's trying to get into his first ranking event semi-final, so he'll very much do it his way. I think they'd had an extremely long frame on table 1, and that's why so many people were getting up out of their seats and heading out of the auditorium.
But on he goes. That blue takes him 46 points ahead. So he seems to be, every frame we say the same thing. Since that first frame, he's dominated the table. And you have to say, okay, we've not the same fluency as Yize.
58.
Played fantastic. So just the blue. And one more red. And you'll see him win 3 frames on the spin and take a nice lead into the interval. Wow. That one's just gone a little bit too far. So frame ball red coming up.
63.
Should have been a gimme. A little bit of work to do here. And there's risk attached to this. If this doesn't go in, all the reds are going to be, you think, in a nice position for a counter-attack. Big shot. Yeah, but no problem. Nothing seems to be a problem tonight for Jiang Jun. He's playing some good stuff. Quick look at the scoreboard. 53 ahead, 51 remaining.
64.
Pot the brown in the middle. Well, maybe he has learnt his lesson from frame 2. He's thinking about rolling up behind the yellow. I'll be surprised if he does that, but it wouldn't be the worst shot choice.
Yellow ball.
That's exactly what he's doing, just rolling in behind the yellow. So a bit of match play here.
Jiang Jun, 64.
His previous 2 frame wins have come across 2 visits to the table, hoping that one visit and the break of 64 will be enough here.
Touching ball.
Well, touching ball will help Jiang Jun immensely. He'll be able to put wuzWu right back up where he was. You can see there just where Jiang Jun put his Q-tip. And I wonder if it is the direct, you know, the memory of that second frame, giving it away, almost giving it away, and getting bogged down in needless containment play.
Foul.
Well, that should be that. Jiang Jun will continue here, but it looks very much like Yize is going to be 3-1 down at the interval.
Yeah, well, he's without doubt. He's out of touch, isn't he, Yize? I'm not surprised. He's not had many chances. He's sat out for long periods in between. And even though he wouldn't show it, he'd never show it, he must be getting quite frustrated in that corner.
Well, it's a great pot on the red. Decides that he's going to try and lay his snookers later on. And I think this is also because Joey, he just realises that he needs to get a bit of rhythm back and pot a few balls.
Yeah, well, the interval's coming up, isn't it? So we'll be very surprised he doesn't go on the practice table, but this frame's not all done yet. He'd love to pot this black. One more red and another black. And the red by the pink there, look. He's got an absolutely guaranteed snooker in tight behind the pink. And if he can find a hiding place for the red, there's every chance. If Jiang Jun doesn't hit the snooker, could get a free ball.
Nine.
Yeah, so he's going to do the first part. 2 reds, 2 blacks. Now, it's not just about laying a snooker here. He needs to try and get that red close to one of the baulk colours. And the cue ball as tight to the pink as possible to block off a 1 or 2 cushion escape.
16.
Might be a little bit of life left in this frame yet.
Yize 16.
Needs this red to bounce. Well, it's a very good snooker, but very unlikely Jiang Jun will play this with enough pace to leave a free ball.
It's ironic when you look back and wonder actually if Jiang Jun had gone for the pot rather than rolling in behind the yellow himself, which we were telling him to do, of course. It seemed to be the sensible thing.
I also did say I was be surprised if he rolled in behind the yellow, because it was a brown, he would probably pot 10 out of 10. And you know, the reason we criticised in the first frame because he overhit the pink. He made a difficult shot out of something that didn't need to be difficult. You know, on this occasion, I do think he should have potted the brown. It would have been another snooker required. Anyway, let's see if he can hit this red. You won't play it with too much pace. Well, he's not found the potting angle, so
Foul.
Yize now needs one
Yize
snooker. 37 behind. He may choose to pot the red because free ball makes no difference now. Pot red colour. We'd need at least a blue. Actually, he'd probably want 37 behind. Yeah, so he'd probably want red, pink, or black.
One.
Position the cue ball again, so he can lay An easy snooker. So, yeah, this frame far from over. So, can he
8.
pop the yellow? Run round off 2 cushions, get the cue ball nice and close to the green. Send the green up the table, put the white in tight behind the brown. That's the intention. Well, that's
10.
not bad. You don't like the cue ball, a little bit closer to the green.
Well, this is some unexpected drama at the end of frame 4. So queuing down low on the cue ball to get the screw back.
Yize at 10.
That's a handy flick off the black as well from the green. He's put the black safe, of course, but just in terms of that snooker.
Yeah, he would have liked the green just further out into the middle of the table, wouldn't he? There is enough room around the back of the green. It always makes it a slightly bigger target when the object ball's close to a cushion. A good hit. That black is now in a very nice position for laying snookers. Once again, should hit this, but there is room around the back of it. Playing it off 2 cushions makes it virtually unmissable. Again, good hit, but may find himself in trouble again when he comes back to the table.
Tight behind the black.
Wow, he only just caught the edge of that, didn't he? Oh, look where the brown and blue are now. This table is very dangerous for Jiang Jun. Lots of snookering opportunities. He's also got to be careful he doesn't leave the green on for Yize, because he'll pot the green and put himself in a position where he can lay a good snooker off the brown behind the blue.
It's captivating stuff, this, at the end of frame 4. heading towards 30 minutes for this frame, longest of the match so far, and that's a clever shot from wuzWu. A ripple of applause. Now, will wuzWu think about taking this one on? As Joe was saying, potting the green and laying the snooker with the brown and blue being so well positioned. Is that what you'd be doing here, Joe?
Yeah, it depends if he thinks he can get close enough to the brown. He wants the cue wood to be quite near the brown. Yeah, I think that's why he didn't play it. Like I say, the balls are in good positions, but he's laid lots of snookers here, wuzWu. He hasn't really laid a real difficult one yet, apart from the very first one, but he needed 2 snookers at that time. There's room around the back of this, though. And he's keeping the pressure on. Every time he comes to the table, he needs to escape from a snooker, so it's good stuff from wuzWu. He's handled it okay so far, Jiang Jun. He's found the escape. But not this time. Eventually the pressure has told. So wuzWu can now win this frame. That would be, oh, what a horrible frame to lose for Jiang Jun. He's literally, he has dominated this mini session since the first frame. And he's got to win this frame again now. He's all had it in the bag. He's got to do it again, and he may be snookered once more. This green pulls up. Oh, I think he can just get the edge. That's a relief, because that would have been a horrible position to be in if that green had just stopped a couple of rolls before.
This would be such a steal, wouldn't it? Such a steal for wuzWu, who's not really been in the match at all since the first frame and his great break of 80. He's done well to get back within touching distance in this frame. Now Jiang Jun trying to get wuzWu behind the black and return the favour, but he's gone too far.
Yeah, it was so close to being a good snooker, wasn't it? But as it is, it's a chance for wuzWu to pot the green. I'm not sure how close he can get to the brown off of this, but may leave himself the brown from distance. Yeah, in trying to get near the brown, it made the pot so much more difficult, but he'll be delighted with the outcome.
It's 15 minutes or so since Jiang Jun potted the last ball of the break of 64 that we felt had put him in a commanding position. Good shot.
Yeah, that was a nicely played shot. Up and down and back up again. Fully intended. And he's got full ball snookered once more. This time just trying to rest on the green. The trouble with this is he's leaving Yize an easy next shot. Now can he lay a good snooker here? Or is he even attempting to play this green into the green pocket? This will be some shot. It was a decent effort. And it would have been a frame winner had it gone in.
I got it, yeah. I have it, yes, thank you.
There is a path through, isn't there, to the edge of the green, but again, it's just about where the green is left. Played that very, very well.
Yeah, he did. But we'll use that opportunity here. Get the cue ball over near the black. Well, maybe this time he can see an edge.
Well, it's about 15 minutes or so, isn't it, since Jiang Jun would have been thinking about his interval cup of tea. Will have gone cold by now. Well, this could go anywhere.
Yeah, it was a bit rash, that one, wasn't it? Almost like desperate now to win this frame. He knows this frame should be over. The scoreline should read 3-1, so that was a little sense of desperation in that last shot. He counted himself a little bit lucky as well, because once you miss the double, you really have no idea where the ball's going to land. Now, is this green potable? He's coming down to have a look. It's incredibly thin. This is almost one of those shots where you don't really aim to pot the green, you just aim to hit it as thin as possible and just hope that's good enough. Well, I think that's what he did, Andy, and he somehow managed to overcut it, which was seemed almost impossible, didn't it? Either way, it's definitely potable now. Oh, what a steal this would be. Again, it's thin, but it's much more comfortable than the shot Jiang Jun just had. It's got to, the pot shouldn't really be a problem here. It's positioned to the brown. Has he managed to control it, or has the cue ball just run too far? Well, there's your answer. He can't believe it. He couldn't have hit that much softer, could he? It's always going to be difficult to get on the brown.
Ah, he's missed the brown. He's missed the brown. Can you believe it?
3. Jiang Jun, 4.
Oh, that is astonishing. So Jiang Jun, I mean, in some ways, this is to steal back again.
Yeah, I bet he can't believe his luck. He hasn't had to pot the ball that secures the frame. It's been handed to him. Oh, and that absolutely secures the frame. What a relief. Oh, looked for a moment there. He'd given wuzWu a way back in. But that brown will surely keep Wu in his chair. Well, no, he wants to have another go. He's probably bitterly disappointed, but 28 behind, 2 snookers on the blue to tie. It's a tough ask. So Jiang Jun now, 2 snookers to tie. Just roll the blue in or over the corner pocket. That's all you need to do. Doesn't need to be fancy at all here. 2 snookers. It's in his interest to get the blue off the table, even if wuzWu pots it. Oh. How about that? Crackers. He's crackers, but he's fun to watch. And that blue disappears. wuzWu says that's enough. Jiang Jun goes to the interval, leading free frame.
If you weren't with us earlier, wuzWu came out with a quick fire break of 80 to win the first frame in exactly 10 minutes. But since then, Jiang Jun has ground wuzWu down, it's fair to say. Wow. That shows a bit of purpose, doesn't it? Coming out after the interval and knocking that one home.
Yeah, we don't know, do we, Andy? We stayed in the commentary box throughout the interval, but that shot, we have a pretty good guess that wuzWu spent most of his interval on the practice table because he had been frozen out, like you say. A lot down to do with Jiang Jun's good play.
9.
Also the fact that Jiang Jun's not quite as fluent in amongst the balls as his opponent. So when wuzWu makes a 50 or 60 break, you're not sitting in your chair that long, whereas the same can't be said for Jiang Jun. Another cracking pot to keep the break going. So wuzWu has come out here with full intent. Nice angle on the blue now, and there is a loose red at the bottom of the pack, but if he gets a nice angle, no reason why he shouldn't. Oh, now this is the problem when you don't get a lot of table time. Even a player as fluent as wuzWu, because he's going to be sitting out for long periods due to the way his opponent goes about things. You just try that extra bit harder to make every little opportunity tell. He's going to have his work cut out this evening, I think, to get the win here.
Take your seats quickly, please.
can see that this bottom right pocket, as we look, was in the way of his stance.
One.
Joe Perry and I were in the commentary box the other day for Chang Bing-Yu's incredible win over Sean Murphy, where the whole match was done and dusted in an hour. 4 centuries in a row from Chang Bing-Yu. But they're not always like that.
No, we're not being really critical about Jiang Jun, because every player's different. Not everyone sees the game quite so easily as some of the players we're blessed with on tour. You know, Yize, so natural, sees the shots very quickly, plays them quickly. Jiang Jun, a bit more workmanlike. So coming down nicely for the red at the bottom of the pack. He's left himself a nice angle here. Okay, the cube was a bit closer to the cushion than he would have liked, but it's a nice angle. You can pot this and screw off the pack, bring reds into play. Doesn't have to hit this too hard. He's going to be nicely on the black. Well, he's playing it with topspin, so he will hit it hard because he has to get right the way through the pack of reds here. Yep, and that makes the shot more difficult. So that's the first little... Well, hang on a minute. Oh, wow.
4.
Can you believe that? It looked like he'd given Yize an absolute gift of a red to get this break going, and the blacks come all the way across the table. Okay, he may still be on a red, but look where the black's gone. Not going to be easy to get the black back in play now. It's going to take a few shots and a bit of working out.
Oh, he's overcut it. Barely seemed possible to do that. No. Well, you wouldn't normally take a plant on with so much distance between the two balls, but the red is right over the pocket. Pretty much any connection with that red would surely knock it in.
Yeah, I'm not sure he can get enough of the red closest to the red over the pocket. He's looking at 2 reds here. Well, firstly them 2 and then the other 2 just to the left of those. Seeing if that is a plant. Hit 2 reds onto the one over the pocket. Either way, he's got to move that red. He's even got the single red at the bottom. That's his choice. One red onto the other. He should get this. To just avoid the pink. Oh, that will do nicely. So Yize again. He'll be a frustrated player in that corner. Like I said earlier, he won't give nothing away. He never does. He's got a fantastic temperament, but he'll be getting frustrated. Can't get to the table. Looked like he was going to get to the table there, but a big slice of luck from his opponent. Made the first shot missable.
That's okay as well. Just a reminder that Jiang Jun got to the quarter-final at the Scottish Open in December. He's never taken that next step
7.
at a ranking event into a semi-final. So that's what's on the line here for him tonight. Semi-final against Barry Hawkins tomorrow afternoon.
8.
Wanted a bit more angle than that, but that should be fine. Plenty of power behind that one, as we've been talking about all evening.
13. $14.
Chalk is getting flatter and flatter, isn't it?
$20.
Two reds
21.
near the right corner pocket. They're not a plant, but can be very, very easily made into one. Yeah, that's a nice little shot again. He's got all the shots, he just doesn't always see them straight away. He sees them eventually, and when he knocks them in, he's
27.
played very well this evening. Coupled with that, he spends a lot of time thinking at the table, and it makes it even more
28.
difficult for his opponent when he does get a chance to make it tell. So wrong side of the blue this time, is he just about? Red just to the right of the pink is potable, and like I said, if he, worst case scenario, the two reds near the corner pocket can very, very easily be made into a plant. So again, it's looking promising.
Yes, Yize came out from the interval, rifled in that long pot, and then just had to put the handbrake on again.
33.
Wow, what has he done there? He's took an age there to decide where he was going to put the cue ball when he just rolled the blue in, and oh, he's gone too far for the plant and too far for the red below the pink, so I think that's end of break. It's a huge mistake.
Jiang Jun. 33.
Should have, at very least, built a bigger lead than that. Oh, it's another superb long pot from Yize.
1.
Just about avoided the centre bag. But his next move is not straightforward.
It never is it? When you're struggling, when you're chasing a game, you're sort of second best. You never get them little nice little bumps off the middle pockets and little nice kisses. Everything always seems to be hard work.
Green ball. Yize at 1. Foul.
Well,
Ruiz at 4.
he shouldn't be anywhere near allowing that to happen.
Yeah, there's always a chance, but I'm not sure if he's left the pot here for Yize. Doesn't appear so. I would have expected. I saw that cue ball drop in. One of these reds would have been potable, but don't look like it is. So, the more difficult red. If he does take the more difficult red on near the pink spot, just got to be careful. He finds a nice path for the cue ball. He's itching to take one of these reds over this right corner, but if it doesn't go, it doesn't go. That one went, and it was a nice pot. Got some good balls in this frame, but
Quiet as you can, please.
just can't quite get nice, can he? Can't quite get in amongst them to get scoring. Looking at the green now.
Ruiz at
It's
1.
all very stop-start for Yize at the moment. 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. Nicely picked off by Jiang Jun.
1.
You and I are both football fans, Joe, and it reminds me a bit of an attacking team will often want to play against another attacking team. You know, they'll play better, they'll be able to play with a bit of freedom. This is a bit of a low block, as they would call it. Look, Jiang Jun is putting in Yize's way. He's not allowing Yize to get into any rhythm whatsoever.
Yeah, that's right.
6.
Jiang Jun is, I wouldn't call him a negative player. He plays the attacking shots. He just takes a while to make his mind up. He's very frustrating to watch, especially if you're his opponent. He walks around a lot for no apparent reason. He's up and down off his shots. He seems to take an age to play the most straightforward of shots. Like I say, when he plays the shot, it's normally attacking
7. Cue ball.
and he plays it well. There's nothing wrong with his actual
If I
play.
can get it out of there.
Right, that shot there, look, it was a lovely positional shot. Developed the 2 reds, which he's going to need to win the frame. But it sort of took him 35, 40 seconds to make his mind up and then play the shot, when really it was the only shot he had. But you can't argue, can you? He's winning. Yize is a far more experienced opponent. He was a strong favourite to win this match, but he's been second best all night long. Here we go again. Yeah. And now the simplest of tasks, it appears.
14.
2 reds, 2 colours. And he'll stretch his lead even further and just be 1 frame away from victory. And if he does go on and win, you
15.
have to say it's a huge surprise. Will Yize was everyone's favourite for this match and a lot of people's favourites for the title this year.
He's finding this very, very difficult, I would say. Yize.
20. $21.
Well, there you are. 38 points ahead. And just 35 left on if Yize comes back to the table. But I don't think he's going to, not if Jiang Jun can slide this next red along the cushion.
$27.
Wow, is another shock on the cards. That red drops in.
28.
And the crowd acknowledge that Jiang Jun is just one frame away from a place in the semi-final now.
$35.
A reminder that Jiang Jun was 3-1 down against Mark Selby on Monday night.
40. $44. 49. 55. Foul.
Well, he's just one frame away now, Jiang Jun.
It's not the night up to this point he was expecting. He's been shut out and, well, you have to say, outplayed by a very, very impressive performance by his even younger opponent, Jiang Jun. Interesting to see now if the fact that Jiang Jun is just one frame away from his first ever semi-final, if the pressure does get to him. It hasn't done all night long so far. He's played some great snooker this evening.
We talked about their respective prowess at snooker as, well, children really, certainly teenagers. Jiang Jun won the World Under-18 Snooker Championship when he was just 13. He beat Gao Yang in that final. The video of him putting together a 147 when he was just 11 is out there. He's just going to drift by that red.
Foul on the miss.
So he'll be put back in.
That is incredible, isn't it? Andy, the stats you've given there, and like Wu Yize, I think he won the World Junior Championship at a ridiculously young age. It just shows how far ahead the young Chinese players are to the rest of the world. You know, what other sport would you find someone aged 13 winning an under-18s event? I can't think of too many.
Okay.
No.
No, it's a bit higher. You can't see that, can you?
Yeah, no. I don't know.
Glenn Sullivan-Bissett, our referee tonight.
Better. Okay. With, thank you.
same result.
Foul and the miss.
Yeah,
Yize 4. Yes.
it was good, good work by everyone there, really, wasn't it? Cue ball was put back exactly the same place. Referee done his job, assisted by Jiang Jun. Unfortunately, he forgot to make the correction and played pretty much exactly the same shot. The angle is on, he's just got to come a little bit closer to the middle pocket where he strikes the cushion. He's hit this for a bit of pace.
Foul and the miss.
Well, I'm assuming he's playing to hit the red closest to the back cushion.
Yize 4.
But he played it extremely hard. Doesn't seem like a difficult snooker, really. Just a one cushion escape. Well, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He's come down to just wipe some chalk off the side cushion there. That tells us maybe he thinks it's coming off that side cushion
Okay.
a little bit
Thank you.
too quickly. Well, this looks better.
But Yize will try to get on the front foot here immediately. Well, I think any player obviously would have taken that on, but Yize, especially in these circumstances, is just desperate to pot some balls and get the cue arm going. He is fed up of sitting there.
Yeah, he's almost sort of shell-shocked, isn't he? Started the match exactly how he wanted to. First opportunity, made a break of 80 in no time, 10 minutes, 1-0 up. And it seems like ever since then, he's just sat back and watched. Yeah, this should be pretty straightforward. He just needs the cue ball to, when he knocks the red in, just come away from the jaws of the pocket and be nice on the black.
One.
Yeah, that was always going to be the problem with that shot. Could he hit the red thin enough? Well, he's on this black. And not as nice as he should have been, or could have been.
The black is there. Oh, he's just rolled a fraction on. I thought he was going to be on that red closest to this bottom right pocket, but I think, yes, he's fractionally blocked, isn't he?
He was unlucky there. He couldn't have played that black any better, could he? Played it at a lovely pace, just tried to judge the cannon. Yeah, that's just bad luck, that. Nothing else he could have done there. He'd done everything he could.
Jiang Jun 8.
It's an endurance test, isn't it, for Yize, especially at 4-1 down. Just ticked over 2 hours of playing time.
Yeah, reluctant to play safe back to the balk end here. The cue was probably going to end up over green side of the table, which would have left long red opportunity.
Well, plenty of reds over that right corner.
Yeah, Yize can get to the potting angle for a couple of these, and you feel he's got no choice really. He has to try and make something happen. If he doesn't knock it in, he knows it could potentially be his last shot, but he's got to get back into this match somehow. Oh, what a wonderful pot. Look at the control. Perfectly on the black. Now, normally, most part of this season, these sort of chances have been gobbled up by Yize. But not so sure this evening. And very, very little table time. But it's a great chance.
Yeah, when he won the International Championship in November, he made 14 century breaks at that tournament.
Nine.
Coming here to North Wales off the back of his first professional 147 in the Championship League. And then he's been scoring very heavily in the previous rounds this week. But he's let the cue ball slide away there.
16.
Well handled.
17.
And this, I'm sure, will be feeling so good to just have a bit of freedom to play a few shots, play the game at the pace he wants to play it at. His 80 from the first frame is still the highest break of the match from either player.
Thank you. 25. $32. 33.
Yize's first Welsh Open
40.
was also Llandudno's first in 2022, and he hadn't got beyond the second round in 3 previous attempts before this week.
41.
You can see he's come pretty straight on the pink here. That's a good sign for Yize and his supporters. He struck that one absolutely perfectly. Not always easy
47.
when you're only trying to screw back 3 or 4 inches. Very easy to overhit or underhit, but he played it to perfection.
Thank you.
So the lead pretty quickly.
48.
He's up to 52. Just a few more pots. And he'd have pulled one back. This is what he needs. Oh, it goes without saying, obviously he needs to be
55.
at the table, and not his opponent, but he needs to win frames in one visit. Because there'll definitely be pressure on his young opponent. Big match to get to your first ever semi-final. So if you can just let him know that if he does slip up, he's going to be punished heavily. When he gets his chance, it just makes it even harder to take. So important wuzWu just converts this visit into the frame. Black puts him 67 in front, so one more red to be mathematically safe.
63.
Oh. There are ways to seal a frame.
64.
When he's in full flow, it doesn't seem to matter to him which pocket he's potting into.
Yeah, it was a good pot, and he done the right thing, didn't he? He made sure, but he'd love this black to disappear. Keep Jiang Jun in his chair. In it goes. So, 75 ahead.
71.
67 remaining, so he still will probably get out of his chair here. 2 snookers required.
Yize.
But that should be enough.
71.
A wonderful visit from Yize. Barring snookers. That's a frame back. That's a clever little shot. Intentionally played, because he knows Jiang Jun is going to get back in this game. He's going to need 4 reds, 4 blacks before he starts to lay snookers, but going to be even more difficult to do that now with the black where it is.
Another clever shot.
Enough? Thank you.
Has Jiang
Frame
Jun? Yeah,
conceded.
he has. Jiang Jun has conceded. Jiang Jun breaks off in frame 7 of a possible 9. Just to make us all feel very old, these two have a combined age of 42. Reds split apart. Whoever can get in is going to have a decent opportunity to build a big break.
I wonder if he'll be tempted with this red close to the right corner. Hard to see how we'll have any idea where the cue ball's going. If he knocks the red in, and we're hoping for a couple of favourable kisses. Well, he's not sure. I'm not surprised, because it's never nice playing a shot where you have no idea where the cue ball's going to go afterwards. And that's what's facing him here. Well, he's done the most important part of that shot, which was pot the red. He had, like I say, he had absolutely no idea what was going to happen to the cue ball. He's got a shot at the blue if he wants it. It's not easy, far from it.
He has pulled out some great pots tonight. There's no doubt about it, Jiang Jun.
Blue ball.
He's going to give this some welly. Well, it looks wild, doesn't it, when the blue doesn't go in?
One.
The cue was swinging away.
Quiet as you can, please.
Yeah, when you hit the ball as hard as he does, if they don't go in, they are going to run loose, aren't they? And it's going to look very wild, like you say, but don't blame him for taking that on at all. He's 4-2 up. You know, he's going to get he's going to get a couple of chances to maybe go on and win this match. So it's good to see he's not sort of gone into his shell and just tried to creep over the line. He looks like he's going to try and sort of run across it, if you like, but just got to find that right blend. Can't be giving wuzWu easy openings like this. Because look at the way these reds are spread. You know, the wuzWu we've come to expect this season.
8.
Well, you'd be surprised if he didn't make a good, well, at least 50 break here.
Nine.
Try to get the blue back on its spot. He's a very tall man, wuzWu. Virtually got his right foot flat on the floor there. Not many would be able to taking that shot from that stance. It occurs to me that when John Higgins was winning his first Welsh Open title, neither of these guys would have been born, and it's not even close. wuzWu born in October 2003 and Jiang Jun in August 2005.
$22. $23.
Well, he's up, doing what he needs to do.
30.
Gradually, slowly but surely, he's playing his way right back into this match, and
31.
I'd be shocked if Jiang Jun wasn't having a few negative thoughts now, sitting in his chair. He hasn't really done anything wrong. So could have finished nicer on that blue, then went full-blooded for it. Can't criticise him for that, but
38.
didn't go in, and well, you have to just sit and watch and just hope
39.
he comes back to the table.
And with respect to Jiang Jun, when the crowd were coming here this evening, knowing that Yize was on the menu, if you like,
46.
this is the kind of play that they would have been looking forward to seeing. He went a bit awry with that previous shot, but shouldn't cause him too much difficulty.
$47.
Jiang Jun won't be enjoying seeing this, though, will he? This is going against the game plan and how this match has been going tonight. He's managed to restrict Yize and really disrupt his pattern.
Yeah, big shot here though. Yellow to keep the break going. No, it stays out.
Yize 47.
So Jiang Jun does come back to the table. Okay, it's not the greatest table, but he's back nonetheless. And there's still plenty of reds available. A lot of them are in awkward positions, but just the fact that he's back at the table is a bonus.
One. Eight. Nine.
It's just going to keep getting harder
11.
and harder from here.
Yeah, one thing about potting the blue and coming off the bottom cushion, side cushion, hitting the middle red of the three. If he can hit that one, he'll be on the one closest to the corner. He's left-handed, so the reds are on the right side of the table as far as he's concerned. Well, he's just going to try and drop in behind the closest red to the corner. As you can see there, a little bit more pace. He would have brought the middle red into play and still been on
17.
the one he's going to play now. I think he just missed the trick there.
Played that with
18.
an element of force as well.
Yeah, now well, he's coming round to have a look, which he's pointing his cue, which says he's going to leave himself a double on the top red of the two. He could Just jack his cue up and back, try and release the red and the pink, but he's got no interest in that. That's fair enough. Well, whatever you do, don't miss the black.
Jiang Jun,
So the tension,
18.
the pressure just starting to show.
There was a sharp intake of breath from the crowd. He's not a hugely demonstrative individual, but there was a fairly big reaction from Jiang Jun as well. Here comes the double, but he's missed it. Well, nearly 2.5 hours into this match.
Oh, wow. Nothing wrong with going for the red. Again, when you miss it, you don't know where it's going to go, but that couldn't have gone any worse for Jiang Jun. The red's double kissed the cue ball, knocked it onto the red and pink and brought that red into play. So, wuzWu, well, if he's not on the brown, that's one of the worst shots he's played this week. But his body language says he's okay. So that was a... If he's on the brown, that's a little bit of good fortune. But I was just going to go on to say, the next red was going to be difficult, but Jiang Jun's done the hard work for him. Brown takes him 33 points in front, so just this open red and the black.
5.
And that should be another frame pulled back for wuzWu.
6.
Fires the black home, wuzWu. These last two frames have been more to his liking
13.
in terms of how they've panned out. Not just because he's won them, of course, but he's been able to put breaks together. That's going to stay in the jaws, and Jiang Jun is
13.
definitely going to come back. 35 left on, 41 behind.
1.
He's gone a bit wild with that.
8.
Yeah, it was almost a good shot, wasn't it? You can see the intention, get the cue ball behind the baulk line and lay an easy snooker in behind the green and brown, but couldn't have finished in a worse position, really. In this position, you don't have to get a snooker every time. Just play a good shot. As long as wuzWu can't pot the yellow, he'll get other opportunities to lay snookers. Sometimes you just get lulled into a false sense that because you need a snooker, every single shot you play, you have to try and lay one. It's not always the case.
The match on table 1 is finished, so there are plenty more eyeballs on this game now.
Jiang Jun, 8.
Decent result from the position he was in. What a shot that is.
Good hit, but needs to get it safe. Oh, it's not too bad, but it's just a straightforward stun shot for Yize. Send the yellow around the table, white in behind the blue. Just like that. Wow, that's incredible. He's got the snooker.
Yize just has to be careful. Didn't want the yellow to come off the jaws. That's pretty much ideal in this situation. But of course, Jiang Jun will pot the yellow and then try and get the snooker off the green.
2.
No, he's not happy with this.
Jiang Jun, 2.
He's been fortunate. He was really annoyed with himself as soon as he made connection with the white ball there.
Yeah, he's been very fortunate. Can Yize get to any of the green? If not, not straightforward. Can't play the swerve. The risk of going in off in the middle. It's not a guaranteed hit, this. Yeah, well played.
Where's the white?
Foul. Jiang Jun, 4.
Well, that changes things.
Yeah, and it's always disappointing, isn't it, when you give penalty points away when your opponent needs snookers when you're not actually in a snooker. So, no more wiggle room for Yize. Just the one snooker required now, and when you are chasing snookers, it's always nice to have the colours on the spots. That line there, blue, pink and black, it just gives you a massive target, because that's where the colours are supposed to be. So all the shots you play in practice are normally designed around the colours being on their spots. So you're very familiar with the table setup. But again, he keeps playing these positional shots, and he leaves the cue ball too close to the cushion, so very hard to implant any side or stun, backspin.
Well, I tell you what, this is a time where you can forgive him taking plenty of thinking time.
Jiang
Going
Jun,
the colours
3.
as Joe was talking about, but not quite in behind them.
Yeah, and of course Yize now, just one snooker needed. He won't be rolling colours over the pockets. This looks good. This looks very good.
Missed it by a fraction.
Foul. Yize 4.
A 4-point foul. No.
Frame conceded.
And he holds his...
Firmly back in this match now, trailing by 1. 2 frames on the trot, and he's won them quite convincingly. Not in his usual quick time, but he's back in, and the pressure's only going to get bigger and bigger for his young opponent. He was cruising at 4-1. Bit more to think about now.
Bit of Friday night drama for you on the BBC. Just this one match ongoing now inside venue Cymru. So lots of people have moved round to get a better view of this one.
You see the pot success there. That's pretty low for Yize. Hasn't made any real glaring misses. Well, one just after the interval maybe, but everything he was left to go at for the most part in this match was missable and tricky. He just couldn't find his rhythm. Jiang Jun played exceptionally well to win 4 frames on the trot. But he's just crept back into the match now. Look at this red. It's very thin. Doesn't want to catch it thick because it could lead to a chance. Oh, it's a good pot. Oh, it's a lovely kiss as well. Well, he holds his hand up, but he deserved that. It was a brave pot to take on. He's landed. Well, he couldn't have wished to be any better on this pink. So this is, you have to say, the first really, really good chance to put some points together since he had that 4-1 lead. So I'm pretty sure he'll be feeling it out there. I remember the first time I was playing to get in my first semi-final. All sorts of thoughts running through your head instead of the ones that should be, which is just the shot that's in front of you. But Very easy to get ahead of yourself in this situation.
Of the 4 frames he's taken tonight, only one of them has been won in one visit.
Seven.
Yeah, it'd be a good idea. He's not sure if he's looking to see if the pink goes, but if he's got aspirations of winning frame a match at this visit, he has to play down on the black, get the black back on its spot, make break building that much more straightforward.
Eight. $15.
Well, he's just having a look. He's a few shots ahead here. He's looking. He's going to play the red above the black now, but he's looking to see what else goes in that little cluster of 3. Be a good idea to take the red near the left corner next, because that will free the black up into both pockets, which is what you're looking for when you're trying to develop the table. And them 2 reds look very close to being a plant, so that will also help him.
$23. 24.
Now, has he got the angle to play for the plant? Doesn't have to. Well, he's a little bit straight, isn't he? So the red just to the right of the pink is still available. Yeah, the fact that he's played that red, he's played it nicely, tells us that the one directly above the black spot isn't potable.
31.
So it would be a huge help to him if them 2 reds are a plant, because that will, well, firstly keep the break going, but also it will bring at least 2 more reds into play.
He's having to plot his way round.
$32.
Well, now it really has to be a plant because he's finished wrong side of the blue. We'll have a look in a moment to see if it is absolutely set to the corner or if he needs just to make it a fraction. Well, that looks
37.
pretty much unmissable, doesn't it? So he'll probably play with a little bit of pace to go back up for blue or bought colour, but it looks like they're absolutely dead set. So
And he saw that early on in the frame, didn't he? That plant
38.
came to his rescue then. So he's going along steadily here. He's not actually taking quite so much time over his shots, I don't think, in this frame. He's pausing to contemplate now, but in general in this frame he's just been ever so slightly quicker, I think.
yeah, well, the more time you take, the more time you've got to think, isn't it? And then under this kind of pressure, you're probably going to just see problems that aren't really there. So it's not a bad thing to play a little bit quicker. He's coming down again nicely. So choices. One of the reds at the bottom of the main cluster.
43.
Or this straight red near the right side cushion. Ideally, would love to have been closer to these two reds. So this is the first real test in this break.
You'd need to use the rest for this red that we're looking at. Doesn't fancy that one. And he breaks down again on 43.
Jiang Jun, 43.
Yeah, he just lost his way, didn't he? Shows how important it is to finish right side of the blue every time, but this is a far from straightforward pot, and you feel it's got to go in. Yeah, very good. Trading by 43, you can't really afford to miss anytime soon. wuzWu needs to get right back in this frame. And that red at the bottom of the pack there. Oh, that's ideally placed. Can pot this and bring reds into play, but he may have gone too far.
8.
Yeah, can't use that red to split
9.
them up. Well, this would be a smash and grab.
Perfect angle. Needs a nice split here. Just don't stick on the first red. Just catch it half ball either side. Just play off it. Wow, have a look at this. What a shot. Absolutely played to perfection. And he couldn't have put them reds any better if he was allowed to use his hand.
24.
Oh, that would have been a horrible moment for Jiang Jun sitting in his chair. Be feeling the worst now.
$25.
Assuming wuzWu takes these open reds, it's all going to be about the red up in balk on the left-hand side of the table.
31.
Being a right hand up, wuzWu can drop right in behind that.
32.
Well, this really was a masterclass, wasn't it, in how to break
39.
apart a small cluster of reds and to do it at such a crucial moment in the match as well.
$40.
Came off the cushion a bit quick there. Going to have to go for pink rather than black.
So that pink takes wuzWu into the lead in this frame.
46.
Just 3 points. So it is going to be all about that red. Up and over half of the table. Now,
47.
be thinking about it now. He's having a look at the scoreboard. It'll be in his mind. How does he want to get to that red. Obviously, one of the baulk colours would be far easier positionally to land nice on the red. That looks like that's his plan. He's finished purposely low on this one to take the cubel up. The other end,
53.
a nice angle on one of the baulk colours. So still thinking very clearly.
So this is the
54.
key shot, not just in this frame, but the match potentially as well.
He's dropped in behind the red, but he's a little bit
56.
shy of being absolutely perfect. He wanted to be straight on the red, so he missed one of these earlier on. I wonder if that's in the back of his mind. Well, if it was, it doesn't show. That was a big pressure pot from Yize. And he's played it well, and he looks like he's pretty much perfect on the blue. So good positional shot to the yellow, avoid green and brown. And he'll be taking us to a decider. What a break this has been under the utmost pressure.
62. $64.
It would be the highest break of the match if he clears up. Jiang Jun understandably
67.
looking a bit forlorn.
$71.
But if you'd said to Jiang Jun at the start of the night, we'll give you a one-frame shootout to try and get into the semi-final, he may well have taken it. But he
76.
wouldn't have wanted to be 4-1 ahead and come back to 4-4.
82. 89.
He's held his nerve, and he's done what he needed to do to get back into the match and force this decider. And he's going to get first opportunity at a pot. Long red round the back of the black. And it's in. He's got his game back. He was shut out completely by a very, very impressive Jiang Jun earlier on. Starved of table time, starved of opportunities. But he looks like he's back in full wuzWu flow.
$3.
Ideally, he would love to make it 4 frames in a row at the end of this contest. He needed to nudge that red out of the way.
4.
We're talking fractions, aren't we? Just looking at his body language, he's coming around to take a look at it from the other side, and this will tell us.
Well, he wasn't on it.
Yize.
He hit
4.
as much of that black as he could, so it was the shot before. He's trying to judge the pace to perfection. All he needed was just a trace aside there, just to take the cubel away from the black when he hit the cushion, but he trusted his judgment with the pace and got it wrong. So that is a bit of a let-off for Jiang Jun. Okay, he hasn't got a pot available, but the fact that that chance only cost 4 points. Yeah, obviously in the box here we're completely neutral, but part of me is really feeling some sympathy for Jiang Jun at the moment. Played so good in this frame, this match rather. Looked like he was going to win. Oh, Yize just looks like he's taking control. It'll be a tough one to take tonight if he doesn't get the win here. Jiang Jun will do well to get to sleep anytime soon, because it was a big match for him. He's still in it, of course, not writing him off, but you just wonder, 4-1 up, has he missed the boat?
And that red will pass the black down in this bottom right-hand corner.
Yeah, it does, but he got a fantastic cue ball, great length on the safety. We were just having a look, could pot the red off the black. Wouldn't be a bad idea, but what it will mean is it's just going to be a break of 1, but at least it keeps him control of the table.